Hi guys, let's answer question number 1 here. Replace the question mark so the system will have no solutions, then graph them to prove your answer. So I have y equals 2x minus 5. That one's in slope-intercept form, ready to be graphed. And then I have y equals, oh, there's the question mark, x plus 3. So it looks like the question mark's in the slope. It's the m, right? So I need to figure out what that slope will be so that would give this system no solutions. Well, I know no solutions means they're going to be parallel lines, right? They're never going to intersect. But I think the best way to kind of do this is to graph the first line, and then that might give us a better idea of what we need to put there. So if I'm looking at this first equation, I know I want to make that slope a fraction, and it's telling me to start at -5 on the y-intercept. So I'm going to start down here at -5 on the y-intercept, and then the slope's telling me +2 on the top. The change in y is telling me to go up 2, and the change in x is telling me to go right 1. Remember, that top number tells me to go up or down. If it's positive, go up, and if it's negative, go down. So it's telling me to go up 2 over 1. I'm going to follow that pattern all the way until I run out of room up here, right? Once I run out of room, I'm going to go back to my y-intercept and do the opposite. So it looks like I'm going to be going down 2 and left 1. So now that I got my dots on there, I'm going to make my line. Okay, so on the second equation, it has a y-intercept of +3. There's +3. Now, to make them parallel, exactly parallel, they have to have the same exact slope as the other line. If they have anything different, even if they don't touch on this graph, eventually somewhere, if the graph was bigger, they'd eventually touch. So you can't just think, are they going to touch on the graph that we have in front of us? That's not good enough. You have to think like on a bigger scale. If you got a huge graph, would they be parallel the whole way? Well, if you make the slope 2 over 1, they will be, right? So if I start at 3 and I go up 2 over 1, you'll notice that when I do this, so I can do a couple dots going up, and then I ran out of room, so I'm going to go back and do the opposite. I'm going to go down 2 and left 1. You'll notice now when I make this line that these two lines are exactly parallel, which means they will never touch, they will never intersect, which means they will have no solutions. So my question mark here was 2, or you could say 2 over 1, right? All right, hope that helps. Thanks.